I wonder, it seems like some of our research has become more esoteric and technical in nature and very sophisticated, which obviously is a good thing. But then sort of the downside is it seems less and less accessible to managers and to organizations. And I'm wondering, do you have any advice or thoughts about how do we make sure that our research is relevant for organizations, relevant for managers?
Well, I think that question has to be in the forefront when you're choosing an issue and designing your experiment. I've always asked, I guess I've said this now many times, I've always asked myself, how can this be used? For reasons I'm not sure I can go back to in my consciousness, but I always wanted to, well, I'll say one, I always wanted to be a good dad. Now I want to be a great grampy. And on the scholarly side, I would like it to be said on my tombstone, Gary made a difference. And so I've never been interested in research for research's sake. And I think it's fine to do laboratory experiments, but back to your question, I think there ought to be a section in the introduction and a section in the discussion that's getting at practical significance. So the purpose of this experiment is this may advance theory or correct a deficiency in the theory or whatever. And in addition, from an applied standpoint, and at least 1 to 2 paragraphs in that regard. And the people I have admired most is people who share that philosophy. And going back to how have I worked with Ed Locke so long, Ed has always very much appreciated that side of me.